Right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kwakadash, to our apostles and elders, great millstone. All right. And Shalom to the sincere Akim. I want to focus on pushing his truth. And to you, sisters that listen to the truth. This is the brother Shama from Brisbane, Australia. Back here again, prophesizing the end of Easter's kingdom. Just making a little lesson, and hopefully this little lesson is gonna be edifying, man, to you brothers that who do tune in and listen to my videos, just to the elect brothers, man, all right, because not everybody's gonna get this truth or understand the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, so I want to start by by going to the book of let's see, I'm gonna go into the book of Psalms, concerning on how these other nations really the enemies of the Israelites, man. Okay, you can see it all by yourself by looking around you, man. These other nations, they don't like Jake. Okay, it don't matter who they are, man. It could be Moabite, the so-called Chinese, Ammonites, the so-called Japanese. It could be the Hamites, the so-called Africans. It could be the so-called Ishmaelites, the Kushites, the Ethiopians, the Edomites, the so-called white people, that, right? They don't like Jake, man. And right now, this time we're living in, this is their time. They're coming as together as one, trying to destroy Jake as a people, man. I mean, they already tried to, but that never worked out. Cause what? Back in the 1960s and 70s, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's when our elders and our high priests were awakened to this truth, man. Starting with Abba Bivin, who was who believed with John the Baptist through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, who made a way for us, as here we are, man, who made a way for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right? And that's why we're here teaching this truth right now. And that's where our apostles and the elders, great millstone of today, got that way from got the truth or the line from, was through him. And now here brothers around the four corners have learned this truth, man. You got brothers from over there in myself, I'm over here in Australia, but at one time I was over there in Babylon, in Arizona, with the brother with the GMS over there in Arizona. Okay, but now, so you got brothers over there in UK, Holland, Belgium, I believe, German. Okay, you got brothers over there in the land of Ham in which is Africa, which is land of Ham, so it's Africa. And you got brothers over there in Tanzania, a brother over there in Nigeria, a few brothers over there in South Africa and Central Africa, all preaching in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. Okay, and they strong into this thing, man. You got brothers some brothers are working in Asia. I know there was a brother who was working over there in Indonesia. Okay, calling on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And you got brothers over there in South America, man. And the ultimate land is the Babylon, where you got our apostles and elders, and most of the brothers over there, they're all in Babylon. But hey, the Israelites are scattered around four corners, been awakened, So I'm gonna go into the book of this is the book of James 1:1. It says, James, a servant of the Most High and of Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which scattered abroad, greetings. So which means that the 12 tribes were scattered around the four corners. So you're gonna have brothers among these nations, and it don't matter how many brothers might be in those countries who are awakened in the last hour. When our brothers being caught up to the high governments and all that, guess what, man? A lot of people, they're gonna see that brother was preaching nothing but the truth, and a lot of people gonna be waking it through that brother, man. By the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's how they're gonna. That's how that what is it? The Revelation chapter 7. The people around all nations speaking different languages, that's how they're gonna be waking among these brothers in these different countries who stood up in a boldness, speaking against these governments. That's how they're gonna be waking up, man. Okay, what is that? And that's a part of I believe in the book of Matthew, or even in the book of Mark and Luke, the 11. The people that are gonna be waking the 11th hour, man. Those are the people who's gonna be awakened by seeing what these brothers been saying and preaching, that it was nothing but the truth of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But anyway, cutting short. All right, now you got these fucking nations where brothers are being scattered, or our people, being scattered among of, coming together as one. They were coming against who? Jake, wherever Jake is at. So I'm gonna go in the book of Psalms 2 and 1 real quick. Okay, this is the book of Psalms chapter 1 verse 1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" With a question mark. So all these heathens right now, they're all what? They're all plotting vain things towards who? The Israelites, the chosen ones. Start with the chosen ones. They imagine they are, it's like they plotting that vain, they're plotting all these vain things, how they should destroy us, how they're going crazy, just doing crazy shit right now, man. All right, they're all coming together, man. They're all coming together as one through the new world, through the philosophy of Esau, trying to make that one new government, one new world, the one new government, one religion. It's like, yeah, all these things, they all come together, imagining all these vain things, man. In a rage, and when you look up the word rage here, it says rage, ragwash. It says to be in a torment or commotion, to conspire or plot. See, so they're plotting, man, against who? The people of the Most High, man. All right, and that's why when you go to the book of Isaiah right here, that's why we here doing this work right here, man. On highway and byways, and calling out to these fucking to these devils and these heathen nations, whatever will be scattered around, man. I mean, scattered. Whatever country being scattered off or scattered to, we're speaking against them nations, and to who? To the top devil, the devils, the elites, so-called white people, and they're lower dogs, I call them. Okay, and then this is the book of Isaiah, man. This is the book of Isaiah 13 and 1. It says, "The burden of Babylon," which is Babylon is what? Is America, man. The land of confusion. Because Babylon over there in America, man, every country has committed fornications on the back of Babylon. The whole, you can go into the book of Revelations, it goes into it, man. Okay, it goes into how Babylon is the whole, where all these countries have committed fornications off, man. All right, believe you can go into the book of Revelations chapter 17 verse 1. It goes into the whole 17 and 15, 17 and 16. It mentions about the whole 19 and 2. Okay, and that's the Babylon, man. All right, there's another word for that. It's a lady, right? When you can find out in the book of Isaiah 47:5 and 47:7. All right, and he's talking about who? America, man. All these countries have committed the fornications on America. Okay, say whatever Babylon does, all these nations follow through it. All right, okay, and then over there in Babylon, that's where you get the whole confusion of man sleeping with a man, woman sleeping with a woman, transgender, little boy changing from a boy to a girl to a boy. That's all that shit's happening over there in Babylon, the land of confusion. You got this fucking wicked ass nigga doing weight who let his son turn to a fucking woman or a girl or whatever. But all that shit, man, to be a transgender. And this dude doing weight, he grew up as hardcore Christian, as he says, but it shows you these Christians ain't shit. These Christians don't believe in the Bible they don't believe in the Bible, and they don't believe in the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. The whole Christian is based on the religion of the so-called white man, what he has taught them. Okay, All right, so Isaiah 13:1, I'm gonna read the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. Lift up a banner upon the high mountain, and so a banner is what? A banner will be a flag, right? Let's say you in a competition, sports or a war and all that. Once you conquer a nation, you lift up a banner, you lift up your flag to let the nation who you're fighting against, that you have won a war against them, you put your flag on top of them, Okay, so here, lift up your banner. The banner will be what? It will be these words of Yahawadah, man. The scriptures, those the banner we lifting up against these high mountains, these high governments. That's what we're doing right now. On top of these fucking governments, the truth is being lifted up towards them, and they can't do shit about it. It's exalt the voice unto them and shake the hand, and exalt the voices. You go to the book of Isaiah. Book of Isaiah 58:1. It says, cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, So we lift up our voice, we exalt our voice like a trumpet, It says, show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. And that's what we do on highways and byways, man. We lift up our voice, exalt our voice into into Israelites scattered around four corners, wherever the lands we are, telling them, and the elect out of those nations, they've been scattered among of, they're going to hear this truth, they're going to come out of it. But in the last hour, the elect's going to come out, man, of these nations, okay? Once we've been fucking, demonized on TV, demonized, that, saying we're the enemies, but really, the ones who see the miracles of Yahweh is going to do, they ain't going to be confounded, man, okay? Because this book of Isaiah, I believe 59, let me see, 59, right? This book of Isaiah 59 and 19. This is the book of Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, they shall fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift a standard against him. So during the trouble, the time where brothers are going to be be held up against this held up with the governors and all that, and being demonized on where it might be a television, it might be whatever social, whatever they're going to be using, in the days to come, just to show us that we're the terrorists and all that. When brothers be all about to be be killed and all that, or be beheaded and all that, the Most High is going to lift up standing against them, against this devil, man. And then from there, a lot of people, they're going to say, this man got the, this man is of this man is being protected by the power of Yahawah, and the name of Yahawah is going to be glorified by us calling on that name in those times. And from there, that's how this the rest of the elect going to be waking up by seeing these miracles that the Most High is going to be doing through his man. Okay. And so the Redeemer shall come to Zion unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahawah. So in that time, whoever it is that believes in the name of Yahawah, from there they have faith, they believe, and from there they're what? They're gonna be saved, man. Because I believe there's a precept. Say whoever shall call in the name of Yahawah shall be saved. Let me see if I can find it real quick before this thing goes off, man. This shit being annoying me. I've been trying to make this video for a minute. It keeps going. Once the screen goes off, the video restarts, and I gotta go again. This is the book of Acts 2 and 21. Let's see. Yeah. It's the book of Acts chapter 2 verse 21. It says, it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call in the name of Yahawah shall be saved. So in that time, whoever's going to call in the name of Yahawah, guess what? And believe in our name. And I truly believe is going to be, you're going to have like a example when Yahushua was being carried on our when he was carrying our cross, few people seen her, and it's, what is it, the one Jack that sinned and carried the cross with him, you know, because the Most High put that spirit in him to believe that he was the man of Yahweh, man. All right, and he believed that, man, and he carried the cross with Yahweh. So a lot of the the people that are gonna be working last minute, guess what? They're gonna be like, okay, this is it. We're gonna carry this is it. This is the truth right here, man. There's people here, they're being killed for being, they're being killed for, for being innocent. All right, and they're gonna believe, man. After seeing the miracle that the Most High is gonna be doing, they're gonna believe now, man. Okay. Now there's another one in Romans. Book of Romans 10. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10. I'm starting from verse 11. This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 11. It says, "For the scripture says, whosoever believe on him shall not be ashamed." Okay, so in that time, a lot of the people that has to be awakened, in that time, they ain't going to be ashamed in the name of Yahweh, man. Okay? It says, they're not going to be ashamed, It says, "For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek." Okay, so there's no difference between the natural, it's like the real Israelites, the Israelites who might look like the real Israelites who's gonna be who's gonna be looking like the so-called Negroes, so-called Latin and Native Americans, who know who they are. But among these people, they're gonna have what they are, the Gentiles. Who's been scattered among these nations, who's gonna look Asian, who's gonna look Chinese, who's gonna look Africans, who's gonna look Edom, who's gonna look like Edomites, so-called white people, who's gonna look like Japheth, the so-called Samoans, Aboriginals, New Zealanders, all these nations, whatever Jake is gonna be in that time, it don't matter who they are, man, because it says, "For there's no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same Lord." For the same Lord over all is rich unto all them that call upon him. So if they believe in his truth, guess what? They're Israelites. Because when you go into the book of Romans 8 and 16, it says, "For the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High." So if they believe during that time, guess what? Their spirit and our spirit beareth that they're the children of the Most High. They're the people of the Most High, man. Okay, who is scattered among these nations, who look these nations, who went ahead and under these nations' customs, man. All right, and then in verse 13 to the point says, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh shall be saved, and whosoever call on the name of Yahweh shall be saved." All right, so in that time, man, they're gonna call on the name of Yahweh, man, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, whatever Yahweh Shem Yahweh, have mercy upon me, all that, man. And guess what? If they truly believe through their spirit, they're gonna be saved in that time. Okay. And in verse 14, I'm gonna go into verse 14 because it goes into, it says, How then shall they call on him in whom they have no belief? And how shall they believe in whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without preacher? Or you see, how they gonna do all that if they have no belief, and if they have no heard of it, and if they have no preacher, right? And then it says, how should they preach except they be sent? How should they preach except they be sent? So the brothers among these other nations, guess what? They're being sent by the Most High, man. Okay, it's that they're being sent in those nations, and these people here, they're gonna believe to the preachers, to the prophets, the teacher. His country they're in, they're gonna believe on our brother, on the message he's sending. It says, as it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of the peace, or it's like the gospel of peace, and bring glad tidings of good things. And that's what we do. All we do is what? Bring the good news to the lost tribes of Israel, man, to the scattered jakes around the four corners. All we do is preach the gospel of peace, because what we're preaching right now is peace to the elect. Is peace to the elect, because once the Eastern kingdom is being taken down, what's coming for Israelites? Peace, man. It's peace, and this is good news right here we're preaching, man. It says, verse 16 says, for they have not or obeyed the gossip, for Isaiah said, who have believed our report. So most of them, and that's right, because you have a lot of our people who have not believed in his truth, that we preach. You know, you do have a lot of people who don't believe in what we say, man. But you're gonna have some who's gonna believe. It says, so then faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yashai. Okay, so faith comes by the hearing of these words, man, and hearing by the word of the Most High. So you're gonna have people who's gonna believe by the hearing of these words, and they're gonna see these things, the miracles, and they're gonna believe, man. You know, like Apostle Gabai, he'll bring out the scripture of Thomas. Thomas didn't believe until he had seen HAITIANS, man. Okay, after he was risen from the dead, Thomas only believed when he had seen. So when these people, they're gonna believe once they see the miracle that the Most High is going, the Most High, which is Yahweh, it's like the Most High, which is Yahweh, and his son, who the word ignorant called Jesus, which is Yahweh Shai. They're gonna see the miracles they're gonna be doing through his man, and they're gonna believe on that, man. You know, it says, but I say, have they not heard? Yes, very, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. That's right. So this whole truth is being heard around four corners, man. Through internet. You can read that in the book of Psalms, the 19th chapter, man. You know, that this truth is being, you know, it's being spread around the four corners through the internet. Okay. But anyway, so let me get to my my lesson. So, you know, that's how the Israelites going to be working. So now let's go into Psalms 83 to show you what these nations are doing right now. They're all coming together, man. All these heathens, all right? You even got do Jakes coming, helping these other nations, man. The sellouts ones. Okay. This is the book of Psalms 83 and 1. It says, keep not thy silence, O the Most High. Hold not thy peace, be not still, O Most High. And this is what King David was saying. I mean, it's like the song of Psalms, the Psalms of Asaph, you know. Okay, this is what he was saying back then, and here we are again doing the same thing, saying the same thing, man. It says, keep not thy silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. Okay, this is what we're saying right now, man. You know, when we go in highways and byways, you know, lift up our voice, you know, crying out to the Most High, man. It's because all these things that we've been through, all these things we're going through right now, and all these things our forefathers went through, man. Okay. It says, for lo, thy enemies make atonement, and they have hated thee, and have lifted up the head. And who's the Most High's enemies? We'll get into it, man. And they make atonement. You know, I believe this word here, atonement. Let me see the meaning of it. Hama. It says to murmur, grow, roll, cry loud, mourn, rage, sound, make noise, torment, be clamorous, be disquieted, be loud, be moved, be troubled, be in an uproar. So that's what these nations do. Be, you know, they try, you know, they come in an uproar, lifting up, coming against who, man? Against the Most High and his son Yahweh denoted. Because when you read Psalms 80, it's like Psalms 2. I'll go back to Psalms 2. This book of Psalms 2 and 2, it says, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel against Saki, and the rulers take counsel together against the Most High and against his anointed, saying, you know, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. So all these nations right here, and the kings is talking about this, the rulers of these countries or whatever, the presidents, the prime minister, whatever they are, kings, you know, because some countries do have kings ruling their countries, you know, right now in his era, okay? So they coming together as one, man, you know, coming, you know, taking a counsel together against the Most High and against his anointed. Who's his anointed? We stand with YAHWADAH and then his elect, man, the prophets, you know. And even 2/3 of our people, man. They were the saints of the Most High, you know. Saying, let us break the bands and asunder and cast away the cords from us. You know. Let me see. The bands is a band of bones. Bands asunder. Let me see what asunder means. To pull or tear, draw off away, or apart, draw out, pluck out, break, lift, root out, to draw away. So what they're trying to do is to draw who the anointed ones from what? From the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You see, cords, cord rope, a cord foliage, interwoven foliage, a cord rope, cord chain, interwoven cord. So, they're trying to do that, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Psalms 83 right now. So they're trying to, break the anointed of the Most High, even Yahushua himself, away from all these things, man. And away from themselves. By what? Coming together as one, setting out this religion, setting out all these New World Order government, all these things, man, all right? So Psalms 83 and verse 3 says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and concerted against thy hidden ones. Okay, all Israelites, man, who is Most High's people, the so-called Negroes, Latin tribes, and the Native American tribes, and to the scattered Israelites around the four corners, man. And the hidden ones, which is the Most High's people too, okay, which are Israelites, man. They said, they have said, come, let us cut them off being a nation, that the name of Israel might be no more in remembrance. So here they are. They have come. They're trying to do this right now, because we have awakened to know that we're Israelites, we're the chosen people of the Most High. Now they're gonna try to do what? Cut us off as being people, like T.D. Jake, like the elder from over there in South Carolina made a video of T.D. Jakes talking shit about us Hebrew Israelites. So this devil is using who? Them top Jakes in a high place, man, to come against us, trying to make sure like this whole thing is being cut off, man. That Israelites are nothing but bug outs, crazy, I believe he called us junk babies or some shit like that, that we just crazy dudes, man. What we're preaching is not really the truth, man, okay. It says they have concerted together with one concept, and they have concerted together with one concept by what? By this New World Order, man, because all these nations here, they're going to be part of that New World Order. Like a brother, Makala from over there in LA, he made a video, man, of how these nations, they're all coming in, building that one religion, that one world religion, okay. It says and right now they're trying to build that one government, one world. It's like a one world, man. It's like a one government, the New World Order, whatever you want to call it, That's what they're trying to do right now. They have confederated against the tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white people, and the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs of Moab, the so-called Chinese, the Haraganese, the so-called Arabs, Gabah Arabs, Ammon, the so-called fucking Japanese, Amalek, the so-called Jewish over there in our land, and the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyler, which is that's the so-called Africans, the so-called Hamite. The so-called Africans who are Hamites, man. The biblical name is Ham. And these names here I'm reading start with Edom, Ishmaelites, Moab, Haraganese, Gabal, Ammon, Amalek, Philistines, and the inhabitants of Terra. These are what? These are fucking these are these nations' biblical names, man. Okay, they'll come together as one, trying to destroy all Israelites, man. All right. It says Aswa also is joined with them, and they have hope to the children of Lot. Okay, and the Asa is what? That's Assyria, man, and the children of Lot. You know, when you go into the history of Lot, you know, that's in the book of Genesis. You know, and I don't know, I can't remember what chapter it is in, but Lot he became the, you know, the children he begot, they became these nations, man, the so-called Chinese, Moabites, Ammon, and these other, you know, these other Asian nations, man. Okay, all right, and then do unto them as unto the Midianites, and those Arabs. You can find out in the book of Judges, the 4th chapter, and the book of Numbers, the 31 chapter, I believe, this 31 chapter, right? Okay, 31 chapter. All right, and then it says to succeed as the Jaban at the brook of Kison, which perish at the Inder, and they become as the dung of the earth. Make the nobles like Orab, like Orab, and like Zeb, yeah, all the princes of Zebah, and as Zamuna, and all these histories written in the book of Judges, I believe, book of Judges. You know, you can in the Numbers, you can find all this history about these nations here, which is Arabs, who got destroyed, man, by the Mossad, who said, let us take ourselves to the house of God in position, and oh my God, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Okay, and that's what you know, and that's what the Most High is going to do unto these fucking nations, man. All right, this it says verse 15 says, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them fret with that storm. And that's the what? That's the wheel. That's them chariots, man. Okay, in the middle of them, you know, with the mists burning, hidden these nations. It says, fill their face with shame, that they might seek the name of the Most High. Let them be confounded and be troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish. The man might know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the most high of all the earth. So all these nations right here, man, they're gonna know who the Most High is. All right, they're gonna know the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua among all these, you know, among all these false gods that these people worship, you know, and these false gods can't do shit, can't even save these nations, man. All right, so hopefully this lesson was edifying, man. You know, just wanted to read this chapter of Psalms 83, you know, just to make edification, and Lord willing, you know, this was edified. Until then, I want to say, Kahala Yahweh Bashim Yashah Bashim Dash, for giving the spirit to do this lesson, and double honor to apostles and elders, grand millstone. Until then, shalom.